Caring is a natural instinct that we all need to learn how to properly use. It can be a way to show your affection towards other people and things that you love. But there's a very thin line between caring for something and being obsessed with it to the point that you end up putting it on a pedestal. When you do this, you end up jeopardizing your relationships. Learning to care for things while maintaining your moral boundaries is a skill every man should have in his back pocket. So, where do you draw the line? How can you stop caring about things that don't align with your purpose? Start by understanding that caring in itself is not a bad thing. In fact, we all care about something. For example, your purpose is something that you must care and be obsessed with at all times. But the thing that you care about is what matters. At certain times, caring too much can be more of a weakness than a strength. As men, it's in our nature by default to go out of our way to fix things. We develop such strong feelings that it can be more damaging at times. Once you let your feelings take the better of you, without keeping them in check, you need to bring yourself back to a healthy equilibrium. So, coming back to the real question, how do you stop caring so much and maintain a right balance? Let's look at 6 ways to do exactly that. Number 1. Stop over-investing in other people. People who care too much about others all have one thing in common. They expect something good back in return. But the harsh reality is this: 99% of the time, you will not get something back in return that meets your expectation. You will find yourself put in excessive energy to worrying and fussing over the people you care about. But they will never devote that same amount of energy back. This is also the root problem of many relationships. The man will constantly message the woman and even double message her. He will try to gain some type of favor from her. You might see this as being caring, but from her perspective you are coming off as nothing but needy. So what's the solution to this? Simple. Only invest as much as the other person is investing in you. Remember, everything is a 50-50 split. Your relationship is a 50-50 split. Same goes for your friendships and partnerships. Match the energy and attention being given by the other person. If the female is interested in you, then by all means, return the favor and give her the best moment of her life. But if she slacks off and leaves you on read, then you know what you need to do. So remember, it's nothing personal. You don't need to hold a grudge against the other person for not investing in you. Simply learn to invest as much as the other person is also willing to do. You will never go wrong. Number 2, learn to say no. Saying no is the single most powerful tool for protecting your space, peace of mind, and measuring how much you care. Tell people a straightforward no if you don't want to do something or if it is happening against your will. Otherwise, the other people will continuously intrude on your space. If you don't say no the first time, that behavior will continue on. In fact, women are the best in this type of behavior, and as men we should learn from them when it comes to expressing your feelings. Look back over your relationships. You will notice that if the woman gets comfortable with you, she will blatantly say how she feels about a certain thing. Do the same. Instead of getting angry over people, learn to speak your emotions. Communication is key, brothers, and that is something women use to their advantage all the time, to even manipulate the man at times. This is why people pleasers, or the so-called nice guys, always finish last, because they never communicate their true feelings and intentions, and hence, people easily take advantage of them. They will be forced to agree to things that they are not okay with. But once you start saying no, you will find that people around you change their behavior. Some people might be furious because you don't agree with them anymore, or care enough about their convenience. Let them leave and carry on with your purpose. Number 3, don't be judgmental. One of the biggest mistakes a man can make is to jump to conclusions like a nagging female. Take the news for example. Every day we are being fed with lies and agendas that only tell half of the story. It's very easy to make a judgment based on your gut feeling when you hear something that tries to invoke a reaction out of you. Once you allow this to happen, you essentially allow yourself to enter into the state where you care too much. At that point, you have judged and devoted your energy to a situation for no reason at all. It is also possible that your perception of that matter is wrong. In today's world, everyone tries to pass their judgment. Only a grounded man can stop himself from giving into the urge to jump to conclusions. Give yourself time to understand the complete story. Hear the other person's story, even if the narrative being told puts them as the bad character. Before making any life-changing or major decision, such as marriage, commitment of some sort, or passing a judgment, always take a step back from the situation and behave as if the situation doesn't have anything to do with you. Almost as if you are seeing the situation happening to another person and making a rational decision from far away. This is what you call the bird's eye view. Number 4, disregard the opinions of other people. Everyone has their opinion, but how many of them have proved useful for you? Be honest. People don't even understand themselves, and yet we give too much importance to their perceptions. You should not think about the other person's opinions about you or your life. This is not to say that you start to view everyone's opinion as bad, because if you do this, you will never grow in life. But analyze and be aware of the type of people you need to stay away from. These are the types of people you need to keep a good social distance from. Their opinions spread like a pandemic. A better approach is to consider their opinion, look for any merit, and decide whether or not it's relevant. If you deem it out of bounds, then ignore it and move on. Number 5, work on your self-confidence. In order to maintain a balance between caring for yourself and others, there must be a balance between respect for yourself and respect for others. If you don't have enough self-confidence and self-respect, then other people will always take a priority. Think of it like a seesaw in a children's playground. On one side is your own self-respect and confidence. On the other side is the respect and time you give to others. You need to keep this seesaw straight in an equilibrium. Just like we discuss on this channel, you never want to live on any ends of the extreme. Do not give other people so little respect that your self-confidence turns into arrogance and self-loathing. And you do not want to give other people so much time and attention that you just end up putting them on a pedestal where you care way too much about their opinions. The reason you care too much about other people's opinions comes down to one single concept: lack of self-confidence. This means understanding your own value, that even though you may be flawed, but are still worthy. Self-confident don't spend their time struggling over all the what-ifs. And finally, number 6, define what success means to you. Everyone has their own mission and purpose in life. As such, we all measure success differently. For some, success means receiving rewards. For others, it's about meeting deadlines or getting a particular job done. You need to set your standard for success and understand the possible ways to achieve it. Once you become obsessed with hitting this success, then no doubt that you are well on your way to not caring what others think. There's a very wise saying that I want you to hear. It goes like this: a lion doesn't concern himself with the opinions of a sheep. Why? Simple. Because a lion is too focused on living his own higher purpose that he finds it of no use to associate with the sheep. Same applies to your life and focus. So remember, brothers, when it comes to not caring too much, it doesn't mean that you need to start hating the other person or thing. The world is already full of hate, and we don't need more of it. It simply means to associate yourself with your own purpose, so the distractions of others take no toll on the self-love and confidence you have in yourself. By the way, don't forget to show some love. Tap that subscribe button and hit like for the algorithm. To see the next best way to level up as a man, watch these videos here.